Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So we are doing a natural glam today, y'all, so get ready. So you already know I'm just brushing her brows and I'm going to be applying some powder just to get rid of any excess oils that are on her skin. And then I'm going to go in with my NYX Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown, and then I'll be going over it with the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Chocolate Mousse. And because this is a natural glam, I'm not going too bold on her brows. I'm not making them too thick. I'm not elongating them too much. I'm trying to keep them as natural as possible with a little bit of pop to show that we did a little something, something, you know? So that's what I'm doing. And then, of course, you already know what the next step is. We're going to be concealing. So first, I'm just going to color match her concealer, and I'm just swatching a few shades on her forehead to determine which one I want to use to conceal her brows and the rest of her face when we get to that portion. So I will actually be dragging down the concealer that I use for her brows all the way down to her lash line, and I'll be using this concealer as the base for her eyeshadow. I'm not going to go in with a lighter concealer this time. I'm going to use the same concealer that I used for her brows. So now I'm just blending that concealer that we put on her lid with a fluffy crease brush. This brush is by Wet n Wild. Y'all, they have some really good brushes. I love this line of brushes. And they're really cheap. So go and get you some. But I'm basically just blending out the edges and also on her lid as well, just so we can soak up some of that product so it's not too much on her lid for when we apply her eyeshadow. And then I also went in and carved the top of her brow with the same concealer that we used for the bottom of her brow and her eyelid as well. So for her eyeshadow, I'll be using Juvias Place. I'll be using the Warrior 2 palette. That's the shade that I'm using right now. Is from the Warrior 2 palette, that first brown shade that's in there. And then I'll also be going in with the Chocolates palette and the Warrior 1 palette. And I'll be mixing both of the lightest brown shades in those palettes. I will put the names of the shades in the description box below because it's kind of hard to explain, but that's what I'll be doing for her shadow. I'm working my way into her eyes, so I'm starting on the outside and working my way in to create a soft brown nude, natural glam. So now I'll be going in with my NYX liquid eyeliner, and it's the matte one, and I'll just be lining her natural lash line. I'm not going to do a wing or anything, and I'm not going to make the liner too thick. That's not what she likes. And then also we're going in with a glitter liner as well. So you don't want the eyeliner to be too thick, and then, you know, everything just covers up the whole eyelid. So I do a thin line for the liquid eyeliner so that I can do a line of glitter liner on top of that. So for the adhesive, I use the Ardell Lash Glue, the green one. I use that for adhesive for glitter. So I'm just lining her lid again with her lash line. I'm lining that again, and then I'll be going in with the same brush to apply the glitter as well, and that's how I do my glitter liners. So now I'm just going to be wiping her face down with the makeup remover wipe. This is actually the Neutrogena wipe and not the Equate wipe, just because I had to run to the store one day to grab some wipes quickly, and this is the Publix was the closest store, and you know Publix does not sell Equate, so that's why I have the Neutrogena ones. But I did that, and then I'm going to go in with my Milk Makeup Hydrogrip primer, and I'm just going to be priming her face to prep it for her foundation. So now I'm just color matching her to her foundation shade, and I'm just applying the swatches to her neck, and then I'll be picking one, and then I'll be applying it to her face. So to blend in her foundation, I'm using the Real Techniques Instapop face brush, and I'll be applying her foundation in sections for this video, and I won't be applying the foundation to the entire face and then blending it out. So I'll just be doing it section by section for this video. For concealer, I believe I used the shades Warm Sand and Butterscotch from the brand Too Faced, the Born This Way full coverage concealer. I believe I mixed those two shades, and I'm just applying this underneath her eyes, on her chin, on her forehead, on her nose, and on her cupid's bow. So now I'll be blending the concealer out with a beauty sponge, and y'all, this is probably one of the only beauty sponges you've probably seen on my channel thus far. And y'all, here's a quick little story time. I be getting tired of using that brush. Oh my goodness, it takes forever blending with the brush. Okay, so I said, honey, I need an alternative. But it's like the disposable sponges, they weren't doing the job the way I wanted them to do the job. And I was like, but I really want to use these like beauty sponges, like the egg-shaped sponges. But I said, you can't even disinfect those. So like, I can't use them. So you know what I did? I sucked it up and I went and bought me some sponges, and I'm only going to use a sponge on the client for that one time, and then I have to throw it away. But y'all, it's worth it in my opinion. The sponges for a pack be like $5, and then you can find you a vendor and buy them in bulk, which is even cheaper. So I just find it easier to do that instead of struggling with a disposable sponge or using a brush that just takes forever. So yeah, that was my story time. So I don't use my sponges on multiple clients, only that client, and then I can save it for them the next time they come, or I can throw it away. It doesn't matter, whatever they want me to do. Okay, so I skipped a couple of steps. Okay, I'm just doing her contour right now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm doing her contour right now, and I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Chesnut. Yep, I use Chesnut. And I'm just blending that out with a brush. And I also did her nose contour as well, but that's just sitting, so it can be snatched by the time we blend it out. So right now, I'm just setting her contour with the Black Radiance contour palette in light medium, and I use both of the shades to set her contour from that palette. So now we are blending out our nose contour, and then we'll be setting her face with baking powder. I call it baking powder, but it's really, what am I using? I'm using the Fenty powder. And I forget the shade. I'll put it in the description box below. But I'm using Fenty. And then I also use the Laura Mercier Honey Loose Translucent Powder. So I mixed those shades together. And I'm just, pressing that into the skin, making her skin look flawless. So now it's lash time. And I'm just using the same glue that I used for her glitter. And then the lashes, they actually came from Amazon. Now I'll just be lining her lips with a dark brown liner, and then we'll be going in with the Morphe lipstick. I have to find that shade as well, but it's just a light brown nude. I'm going to put that in the center, and then we're going to top it off with gloss. So now I'll be applying her blush and a little bit of highlight as well. And then we're going to be spraying her face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And that is it, y'all. So thank you. We're going to, start taking her pictures and videos now. But thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. So you already know what we say. That is it. That is all, and we are out.